What's up, y'all? This is the first video of my new channel, Jago Chave. I only have 11 minutes on the SD card, but I really wanted to capture all my thoughts, emotions, feelings, whatever, as I turn 25 today, September 27th, 2025. The time is 11:14 and I want to post this before midnight, so I do have an outline here that I'm going to reference and make sure I don't let my ramble go too out of control. I'm currently in my van right now, Astra. She's in a state of chaos and a mess right now, under construction. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on back there. But yeah, I was supposed to finish a book today, and I'll say I did write a book. I did write a book here. These are my books. I finished this journal here, this red journal my sister gifted me. It's filled to the brim, and I started on this blue journal here. So I think I did accomplish my goal of writing a book before I turned 25, and I just wanted to recap the year of 24. So this year I started writing the book earnestly in November, December, and I started writing weekly online with my Live Life letters, and I've learned a great deal from just writing consistently, and I learned a great deal about myself to try and context all the chaos and idiosyncrasies and all the confusion, all the nonsense in my mind, in my heart, and in my soul. I just kind of bleed on the page and find a way to just make sense of it all, I think. And in this year, I've also sold my Airbnb business, which was sad, but also a great release because it did allow me to buy this van I'm in currently. And I spent 3 months on the road. I still have a lot of content to pump out and just edit through and parse through. So more on that later or in the future. But I have to keep moving along because now it's only have 8 minutes left. Oh crap. But yeah, I've been reading a lot of books this year as well. Here are some examples. Here's a big thick old book I recommend on strange loops and consciousness and computation. Gödel Escherbach, but this isn't a book review. I don't know, maybe that'll give you a hint as to what the book is about. Thich Nhat Hanh, How to Connect. I don't know if it'll focus. Speed Round. Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Lewis Carroll. Beautiful book there. And I also got my friend Bucky the Dragon here and Spike. But I want to start this channel to keep myself more accountable, get better at talking to the camera, talking to you guys as a friend. I had this whole grand plan of releasing a video entitled Why Live. From the title you can assume what that video would be about. It was really trying to help those that are struggling with this question, why live? But here I am on down to the wire, and I don't have any of that ready. I've just been really focused on writing and reading. The book is done, but the story is incomplete. I don't think the story will ever be complete, and I don't think I'll ever stop writing, not until the day I die. But this is a proof of life concept, proof of life being the brand, and there's so much I want to tell you guys that I have planned for the future, a lot of projects. But to keep this short, I'll just keep it short. So what have I really learned in this journey of writing? What has all this writing kind of led me to? And there's a lot of lessons I could just spout on and all these cliches of learning. And it all just kind of, in the end, it kind of all reflects back. And I think it's only really through lived experience that you could really see for your own eyes what life has to offer in the experience. as I am now, I'm 25. I still have a lot of dreams and ambitions. This is also really a message for my future self to kind of look back on for my future kids and future grandkids. But yeah, my mind is a muck right now, but it's also very joyful. There's a lot of joy I feel, and it's a great deal to this book here. I don't know if you could see it. Quarter life verses. My girlfriend and my sisters, they put this together, and it really reminded me as I was struggling to answer the question of why live. I was having a bit of a meta crisis, a quarter life meta crisis. I think side note, meta crisis, I think, is, to put it short, like a convergence of different issues kind of coming into one, and I think that's a big part of why our generation is suffering in the way it is. We are battling this meta crisis of mental health, political violence, environmental climate change, environmental challenges, AI, the big bad AI, just taking all our jobs. But we have 5 minutes, so we'll unfold that as we go, because we do have a mutual future to work towards. But Quarter Life Verses is a collection of poems from all my loved ones, and it really made me slow down, because I was putting so much weight on this day, my birthday, on turning 25 and having all these grand visions of myself releasing and publishing a book by today. But I've realized that that's not really the point, to have it done in the way I want, because I don't know. I feel like I've been growing in my faith, not necessarily in a religious sense, but I do believe in God. I am Catholic, so I'll mention that. Hopefully that doesn't distray you from my message that I'm trying to share. But as I've been observing and examining and doing all this writing, I just notice this presence, whether that be my own self-image, my own self-symbol, or whether that be God. All these truths, all these golden truths, these golden lies, and all these, every in between. I just feel it all. And this might be too woo-woo, and this is not necessarily the direction I want it to go, but I really just want to capture this point in time. There is a lot of chaos in my mind, but I think I have the necessary coping mechanisms, the skills, the love, and support from all these people here. My little competitive spirit, though, is definitely jaded that my girlfriend published a book before me. But my new goal is to publish the book before the Lunar New Year ends, which is February. Also, a note, I'll be coming to the Philippines in February with my grandma, taking her there and seeing her home island. That's going to be a really cool journey to document. I have a lot I'm trying to build a startup with my dad. More on that too. And there's so much I want to pursue. But it's just, I am just one man after all. But I know I am capable, I know I am loved, and I know, oh, that was my stomach. I know life is worth living. There are moments where hate and fear make you forget who you are, make you forget your why, make you forget your purpose here on this earth, your reason as to why you love others, why life is worth living, what the whole point of it all. And I hate to be cliche, but cliches are cliches for a reason. And I hope this video will spark some of your wonder or curiosity, as wonder is your greatest asset, no matter what anyone tells you. But, you gotta be careful, because curiosity killed the cat. You don't want to be like Icarus falling from the sky. Overconfidence and hubris. But I bleed onto the page my story through fiction. But it's so weird how truth is stranger than fiction. And it's so weird to just get inside someone else's mind and really try to understand others. But I think it's a beautiful endeavor to pursue. I think life is a beautiful endeavor to pursue. And if you're struggling with that question, as this recording is about to end, give it 10 years to examine life fully. Give it 10 years and promise me that if you are truly struggling with this question, to give this examination its fairness, its fairity, a made-up word I like, the fairity of the inquiry that it deserves. Give the inquiry the fairity it deserves. Alright, well, thank you for watching. I love you, whoever you are. Thank you guys for this. I'm just grateful, and